Jimmy, we're going to start on the left side in first row.
Jimmy, good night. Congratulations. We are from TYC Sports from Argentina. And you know that we are, well, you see the national team. I know that you like our country.
I do.
It's the Messi team, the Messi jersey. Maybe for you next time when you want. Maybe can you say something for the Latin American people that is with the Miami Heat now?
Yeah, we love all of our fans, especially Argentina. You got some great basketball players coming out of there. I love the country as a whole. I love football. It's probably my favorite sport. But like I said, we take our fans if we can get them over here in Miami, and we got a lot of love for everybody that supports us around the world.
We're going to go to the first row in the center.
Joe Varden, The Athletic. Hey, Jimmy. Can you take us through the last possession that Denver had and what you saw in Jamal's last shot?
I think he got off a decently good look, kind of like a high pick and roll isolation, and I just contested it. Pretty glad that he missed it to give us a 1-1 series tie going back to Miami.
We're going to go left side in the back of the room. To Nick.
Jimmy, Nick Friedel, ESPN. You played on a lot of mentally tough teams over the course of your career. What is it about this specific team that makes them so resilient, especially in this run that you guys are on?
I just think nobody cares on our team. We're not worried about what anybody thinks. We're so focused in on what we do well and who we are as a group that at the end of the day, that's what we fall back on. Make or miss shots, we're gonna be who we are because we're not worried about anybody else. It's how it's been all year long, and that's not gonna change. So that's what I think it is. I think it's the I don't give a damn factor.
First row in the center.
Hey, Jimmy, Wes Goldberg from Locked On Network. It's not often that Jokic has more turnovers than assists. Like, what was the key defensively for you guys? What do you think bothered him?
Some ball pressure, getting back, getting our hands on loose balls, and just challenging every pass, every shot. I mean, he's a hell of a player. He passes the ball so incredibly well. Obviously, he can score the ball like he did tonight, but when we get the opportunity to turn the ball over and get out into the open floor, I feel as though we have to do that, and we did a decent job of that tonight.
We're going to go to the left side, fifth row on the end.
Jimmy, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. You guys got off to a really good start in contrast to game one, but they come and blitz you and go up 15. What's the feeling like during those timeouts when Denver is hitting shots and it feels like the game is slipping away early?
That's just part of the game. There's, a lot of teams in this league. It's definitely them. They got some big-time shot makers. But like I said, we're going to stay with it. We know who we are. We know what we're capable of. Get some stops. We can make some shots as well. And got the opportunity to turn the game around and get one on the road.
We'll go to the right side, fifth row.
Tim Reynolds, Associated Press. Jimmy, I think you guys, I might be off by one, but I think you guys scored on like 15 of 19 possessions in the fourth. The Nuggets don't blow fourth quarter leads in this building. They hadn't blown a double-digit lead in this building all playoffs. What was the secret sauce down the stretch for you guys on the offensive end? I know it's about defense mostly, but what was it on the offensive end that worked late?
I don't think there's a secret sauce to it. I think we just move the ball, pass the ball to the open guy, and play some simple basketball, a lot like they do as well. And we made shots. That's what this league is. That's what this game is. Make or miss game, make or miss league. We made some shots. They didn't.
Left side, third row.
Jimmy Butler, Ethan Skolnick, 5 Reasons Sports. Gabe has made a lot of big shots over the past couple of years and run the offense here. How do you know when a guy can handle that kind of pressure when it's a teammate? Is it something you can see in practice? Do you have to see it in big games?
I see it every day. We talk about it, so I know how comfortable he is. I know the level of confidence that we have in him, that he has in himself. To go out there and run the offense at any point in time, first through fourth quarter, maybe even overtime. And we live with the decisions and the shots that he makes and takes. And he's our starting PG for a reason.
Last question on the right side, first row.
Jeremy Ronaldo from Israel Today. 3 years ago, it seemed like maybe it's unfair that it took you like 3 games to get into the series. Is it anything conscious that you changed coming into this one? Any lesson you learned?
Nope. Keep playing basketball as hard as I can, making plays for others, score whenever I get the opportunity to do so, and through all else, just find a way to win. I think we did that tonight as a group, and we'll continue to do that as a group.
Thank you, Jimmy.
All right, all right.
First question down on the right, first row.
Hey, Duncan. Shane Young with Forward Sports. Coach was saying it's hard to overstate how difficult Bam's responsibilities are in this series. Curious, what has he meant for you guys and you specifically as a playmaker?
Yeah, I mean, Bam is the heart and soul of what we're doing on both ends. Sets a tone for us defensively with his versatility and just making it difficult, usually on team's best player a lot of times, especially in this series. And then offensively, he does a lot, gets people open, a lot of stuff that doesn't show up in box scores, screens, assists, all that sort of stuff. And also when he's aggressive, it's usually when we're at our best. So he's been huge.
We're going to left side, third row.
Cooper Moorhead, Heat.com. Dunk. They looked like early in the second quarter, they were kind of blowing up your bread and butter action to the Bam. Then it flipped in the fourth. So what changed with your pick and roll and handoff actions with Bam to let you get free?
Yeah, first off, just kind of having an approach and a disposition to not kind of just let them take me out of what we're trying to do. So that's a start. And also just kind of doing it with the brain as well. And, not just going out there mindlessly and just trying to run off a handoff, but instead just being a little bit more patient, a little bit more thoughtful with it. So, was able to get open in large part because of good screens and good passing.
On the right side, fourth row.
Tim Reynolds, Associated Press. Dunk, do you remember anything specific that was said in the huddle going into the fourth? I mean, you guys have kind of lived in that sorry, Dunk.
My bad. I was.
You guys have kind of lived in that situation all year, having to pull games out late. It's like second nature for you guys. Was there anything special about that huddle, or was it just more of the same because it's kind of the story of your year?
Yeah, nothing that really sticks out. We got a lot of belief as a group, and to be honest, we liked the flow of the game and how it was going, and the fact that we felt like at times we really had it on our terms, and we're kind of making it difficult for them. So, that's important. But we knew they were a really good team, and we would just need to come out with a sense of urgency in that fourth. It was kind of like a now or never sort of thing. So, started with the defense, obviously, and we were able to do some things from there.
First row, third seat.
Hey, Duncan, Wes Goldberg, Locked On Network. You mentioned sort of your patience moving off the ball, and I'm just curious if you could take us through that play. I think you finished kind of through Jeff Green on contact, that cut to the right side of the basket. Like, what were you seeing there? Is that something that's like comes through that patience that you kind of just see those things open up as the play develops? Yeah, just not always just running to the ball. Just trying to be a little bit more creative. It's something I've been working on for a little while now. It's a development thing. It's taken time to get to that point. But it makes it easier when you got guys that can find you in those situations. Because the cut is one thing, but the pass is really what makes it.
Left side, fifth row.
Hey, Duncan, Pat Graham, Associated Press. You didn't take a shot through three quarters, and then you had that stretch in the fourth where you couldn't miss. I guess, did you find your rhythm then, or can you take us through that little stretch you had to kind of get this team back on track?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I hadn't